Hi, today we want to have a close look into the dispense unit from DSI for the Draft-2-Go kegs from company Schäfer. So what is it about? It's a coupler with pre-installed gas regulator, so it's not adjustable, it's a fixed pressure. Further, the compensator tap with self-closing function and the gas connector. So why the gas connector? Because this special Draft-2-Go keg has, beside the beverage as well, you see the connection in behind, and second volume where the CO2 is inside. So important for these kegs, do not use any other pressurizing source than this from the keg inside. So of course, before starting, we recommend to clean all the beverage touched areas before using it the very first time, to remove maybe residues from production. So that means inside the coupler, inside the tap. Then install the tap at the outlet from the coupler. So you see, if it's not very much aligned, you can, loosening the knurled nut here, turn the tap around and align it straight and retightening it. So then the first part is done. Then the gas connection, please insert the end of the tube until the very end in the push-in coupling, and then the system is ready. This valve in the keg is the flat or so-called A-type, therefore slide the whole unit from the side to the head, to the flange. Therefore the handle of the coupler must be in the upper position, and then next the gas connector can be pushed into the valve for the gas. And then, to find the right position for the tap, you can swivel the whole unit around because of the round shape of the valve, and align the tap with your glass. After that, grab the handle and bring it all the way down to connect the beverage inside the keg with the system. And then it's ready. For tapping a beer, you can now start, because it's pressurized and the beverage is connected. Therefore simply pull the handle and you are able to serve a good beer. So for regulating the foam, or let's say the speed of the beer, you can here at the side adjust with the small lever the compensator, and you see here the tap has the self-closing option. For continuous checking of the system, if it's leak tight, it's important to do this frequently, because you don't want to lose your CO2. So simply you can use soap foam, and after it is connected to the gas, you can moisten all the connections from the gas coupling and the tube and the gas regulator, and check if you see bubbles. So of course, as you can see here, start at the gas connection, then at the push-in, the thread connection between coupler and gas regulator, and the rest is then the beverage part and not the gas. So further, how to disconnect the whole unit. It's the other way around. Grab the handle and pull it up into the upper position until it's fixed. Then the dispense head and tap is disconnected from the keg, so beverage will be stopped, and then you can disconnect the gas connector. Therefore, simply push the ring a little bit up, and then you can slide it away from the keg. That's it. So the Draft-2-Go kegs from company Schaefer will be further available with different valves, not only the already seen A-type or flat type, where you can swivel it around. The round flange will be also available with other well-known systems, like here on the left with the G-type or tri-lobe. It's very similar to the flat and A-type, but you have here 3 lugs, and you have to connect from the top, turn it a little bit, and fix it between coupler and keg. So after connecting the tap to align it with your glass, it's not made like the A-type where it can be turned around completely. So for the G-type, it's then possible to turn it around because the piston inside the coupler has this swiveling option, like you can see here. All the other things like connecting the gas supply, connecting to the keg, disconnecting or checking for leakages is the same like the A-type. And here you see on the right the S-type, or very similar, the USD type. You have here the 2 lugs in the spear, and the coupler comes from the top and will be then fixed with the bayonet until it's sitting tight. And for turning around, then the tap to align with your glass. I will show it here again. It's the same like the G-type. The probe inside is possible to be turned around to align it. So that's all about the other systems. So to disconnect the S-type or D-type, you simply unscrew the bayonet and can lift it up. And next will be cleaning. For frequent cleaning of the Draft-2-Go system, for permanent use, we recommend it daily, or as already said, from the very first time, simply disconnect the tap at the nulge nut from the coupler and flush with clean water the dispense head from the keg side into the tap direction all the way through. And for the tap, it's also in flowing direction of the beer. You have to pull the handle a little bit because of the self-closing, and then you're able to flush it as well. And then all the beverage touched areas are flushed and cleaned. If necessary, of cleaning with cleaning detergents, which is of course necessary when you stop pouring beer for a longer while. All the beverage touched areas must be cleaned properly. First, disconnect the gas regulator, because in case of cleaning detergents or sucking the components into it, the gas regulator must be separated and shall not come into contact with it. Then, as we have seen already, disconnect the tap, and then the whole coupler and tap can be stored into your cleaning detergent according to the manufacturer's manual. You can use any available cleaning detergent which is in the market available for beverage components, and then you can, after these, you can take a brush and clean after this chemical part, also mechanical, from the nozzle side or from the compensator side. Here the coupler, you can clean it from the keg side, as well as the whole flange with the right brush, or from the side of the tap. So in case of cleaning detergents, after it, flush it with fresh water at the very end to remove all the residues. So, and last but not least, for the other systems like the G-type or S-type, we have now seen it for the A-type, but it's very similar. The cleaning is not very much different. So what we see here, the S or D type, or once again the tri-lobe or G-type here, it's all the same. Disconnect the tap, suck it into the cleaning detergent, brush it, and then flush it with fresh water. So that's all the same. What we want to see now is the service, or let's say also the very detailed cleaning. First of all, remove the self-closing device at the tap, then simply remove the whole assembly of the handle. You can unscrew the small handle for the compensator and remove it, and then you are able to remove the valve piston to the back side, suck all the components disassembled in the cleaning detergents according to manufacturer's manual. Then you see you are able to clean from all the sides. So that's the design of the tap, to be able to clean from all sides. Last but not least, as well, the connection for the compensator can be cleaned from both sides. And as we have seen already, of course, cleaning with fresh water is required before assembling it again. Then simply bring the valve piston back in position, align it with the handle, and fix it. Then at the valve piston you can assemble this self-closing device, and then you can insert the compensator and fix the small lever for it. So then the tap is done. Once again, the gas regulator is not part of the cleaning because it's not in contact with the beverage. Should not come into contact with the cleaning devices. And yeah, for the coupler you can remove the gas connector, and here you see the small non-return valve, the lip valve, which secures that the gas regulator does not come into contact with the beverage. Then remove the screw of the handle and the handle itself, and then you are able to pull the probe of the S-type all the way up out of the housing, and then once again you are able to suck all the components into the cleaning detergent, and after that you are able to brush it and clean it proper. For the probe, last but not least, there is the screw on top to reach also the inside of the probe from both directions, and if you like to replace the ball, which is a non-return valve function inside the probe for the beer. And before assembling it, again, very important to use recommended grease for these two O-rings, because they have some friction inside the housing. So yeah, for assembling it you can push it from the top inside the housing. Then you are able to connect the handle again, and after that the gas connector can be screwed inside and fix it proper, and that's it. So the difference for A and G type, or so-called flat or tri-loop, is only the piston. All the other things are very much the same, but I will show you the difference. For the piston, after removing the handle you can push it down, and then after removing the gasket you are able to unscrew the lower part of the piston, because this piston is designed in two pieces, and then it's similar, you can pull the upper part all the way up out of the housing, and then all the other things are the same. You are able to clean it, you are able to brush it, you are able to grease it, and for assembling it again, push the upper part from the top direction into the housing, and then you are able to simply screw the lower part to the upper part, reposition the gasket and the handle. So of course the video is not the only not the one and only. Have a close look into the manual. You can find it as well online. So thank you.